We're back! Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I am your host here, Chantele Francis, here again with my lovely co-hosts. We have
Brazil and Nala.
Brazil and Nala. Hi.
Hi.
So if this is your first time on Reality Realness, well then welcome. First thing you have to do is subscribe right down below. We are all about reality TV. And hopefully we get to chat about any gossip that might be going along with it. So today we're back in action with Love Island USA Season 2, episode, I believe it's episode 21, something like that.
Yes, 21.
Makes sense. And I mean, it's a goodie. I think it needs things that needs to kind of happen is maybe another little swell of drama, because we've had a lot of anticipation for like the recoupling after Casa Amor. But I'm just enjoying it. I'm still enjoying it. So what do you think so far? Or like this episode anyways?
I turned into Team Carrington after this episode.
Team Carrington, that's strong.
For like one situation, but yeah.
Okay, so this whole episode is going to be watching it unfold, your new vision and view of Carrington. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the episode starts off pretty much with Johnny kind of coming down with a little message or little card that has a poem on it. Did you end up writing down the poem? I didn't write down the poem.
It says romance awaits where the tea spills.
Okay, so romance awaits where the tea spills, and he gives it to Laurel. And so Laurel's a little bit confused as to what that means, but she figures out that she needs to go upstairs. It's a little there's like a little overlook of the villa. Hi, Rachel. How are you?
Hi, Rachel.
And so yeah, there's a little overlook where they're sitting down, where they usually sit down and dish the dirt, spill the tea or whatnot. And so she goes up the stairs, and actually I never realized how small she was. She's so petite. I didn't notice her being that petite. Hi, Jaquan. How are you?
Hi, Jaquan.
Well, see that we see you. We see you. And so she goes up the stairs, and okay, crack on or mug off with Carrington's position on the couch.
It was funny. Yeah, I was like, are you serious? I think because he was trying to hide, because if he was sitting up, you probably could see the back of his head. So I think it was like I don't know, it served a double purpose, but it was funny.
That's a good call. Okay, I didn't really think about it that way. I was thinking that like you thought it was a sexy pose.
I think a little bit of both.
But Brian yesterday was like, well, maybe he got some intel from Connor, because remember in Connor's hideaway date, Mackenzie was like mad that he wasn't waiting for her on the bed. So maybe Connor told Carrington like, oh, you need to be waiting for her in like a sexy position.
Don't get yelled at like I did.
Carrington thought it was Tony Montana from Cuba. I love Scarface. Have you seen it?
No.
What? So you don't even get this joke?
I was just laughing.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying that like the joke. Well, watch Scarface. It's a very good movie. Do you like gangster movies?
Yeah.
It's like, do you like The Godfather and stuff?
Yeah. And Casino. Right. Yeah, I like all those movies.
Oh my god, if you liked Casino, you'll like whatever I just called
Scarface.
Scarface.
My dad tried to let me not watch those movies when I was little, but I still snuck around it.
Scarface is so good.
Scarface wasn't one of them.
I used to read all those Mario Puzo, I think his name, all of his books, because like I was really into mafia books when I was growing up.
That's weird.
That's so weird. Like I was like, I really liked them. I totally forgot about that until like right now. Wow, shock Brazil. Jaquan, I know, right? I mean, it is. I think it came out probably before she was born. So, actually, I don't know what year. What year is Scarface? Let's see. Scarface. 1983. So, yes.
10 years before I was born.
Isn't it 9 or 1992?
92, yeah.
Okay. Well, I was around and kicking, and I don't know when I was like, I don't think I saw it when it came out, but I definitely saw it like at least before I was in my teens, at least. Anyways, it's a good movie. If you like Casino, you will definitely like Scarface.
Yeah,
So yeah, Carrington's up there, and he has like a nice charcuterie board that they seem to find at one of the restaurants. And they chat. What do you guys think about the chat?
It was cute.
Yeah, Rachel, it's basically a mafia movie. It's super like, who was the lead in it?
Sylvester Stallone.
No. Al Pacino. Yeah, Al Pacino is like the lead mafia guy in this movie. And I believe there's a scene of him laying on the bed in a robe when his girlfriend, Michelle Pfeiffer, comes in. I believe that that's the scene that Jake Juan's referencing. But
what am I thinking of?
With who?
Sylvester Stallone.
What, Rocky?
Huh?
Rocky?
No, wasn't he? He was in some like.
Oh, 2023. Yeah, but you should still know Jake Juan. It's such a good movie. It's an iconic, classic. Like, you know, when you hear people say like, "Say hello to my little friends," like, there's just a lot of lines that you probably just have heard that come from Scarface. Michelle Pfeiffer won the Oscar, I believe, for that role in that movie. Exactly. Say hello to my little friend.
I've heard that.
Exactly. So one thing that I really liked that Carrington was doing here was he was showing, he's like, I want to show you that I felt differently about you and how, like, in this villa. And I thought that that was really important because, you know, we were talking about all the people's love languages and that. And remember I said that people that are air signs are going to more likely want something that is like a letter or a little limerick or a little. Remember, I thought that this was going to be something that Johnny and Sally would do, is like have them follow like a little note and like have a little moment. And so I felt that that was really, really going to be appealing for Laurel in this situation. So what do you think of like his little chat there?
I actually have a question for you. Mm-hmm. It's like immediately following this chat, but Kirsten says like ever since they got into the villa, they've been nothing but affection.
Well, this is the thing, is that they connect, they click, and like they might be getting close because they were able to talk and communicate in a way that makes them want to be close to each other. I think that, you know, Carrington was repelled by the tactics that Kirsten wanted for like being like close and cuddly. Like it just because they didn't click is what I think. You know, it's just because they're air sign doesn't mean that they're not affectionate at all. It just means that the way that they get into affection is going to be a little more cerebral, as opposed to like she's like going to be like, oh, I'm going to be crying and pouting. I want him to come hug me, and he'll be like, no, I'll talk to you about it. You know what I mean? They're just not relating in a way that allows them to want to be closer to each other. I found.
Okay.
And also with Kirsten, I was just kind of like, because he wasn't into you. He wasn't into you, Kirsten. I'm sorry. Like, I know it's harsh. I know you're gorgeous, and it probably hasn't happened to you very many times in your life where like the guy was like, no. But he's not into you. And so he wasn't wanting to be affectionate with you. He didn't want that.
Fair.
Yeah. So what, do you have any other questions about that? What more thoughts?
No. I thought Carrington's speech though, like, after their little date was a little weird. Like, I don't know where that came from. I was wondering maybe if he had gotten some flack from some of the Islanders or something, or
Johnny with the assist and Carrington with the dunk. Great teamwork. I mean, it is great teamwork. What's what I love about the guys, minus Calvin, kind of. I don't think he contributes really, but it seems like they do want them to have success in their relationships.
Yeah.
And so that's probably why maybe Caleb hasn't said anything to Justine, to say anything to maybe Sally. You know what I mean? Like, I think that there's they have like a close brotherhood bond, kind of like what Jeremiah was saying, that like they do want to see the success of their potential relationship. So I like that little teamwork. You're damn right, Jaquan. Sorry,
yeah, I like the dynamic.
Cut you off.
I don't remember what I said.
Oh, you were talking about you didn't like something that Carrington said after the fact.
Oh, I did not like it. I was just confused. Like, I don't know. His speech was kind of.
What did he say that was confusing?
like something along the line, just basically about his like journey in the villa and how he's like had connections before. I don't know. It was as if he was like leaving the villa, and just that he like wasn't gonna like people are are probably looking at him a certain way, but it was just weird.
No comprendo.
Yeah, me either.
I,
I really don't know what he was trying to.
Well, I don't remember. I don't remember thinking whatever he said was off. So I like you'd have to make me understand, or
I'd have to like rewatch it because I didn't understand it the second time around either. I was like, "What is he talking about?"
Do any of you guys in the chat know what Brazil's talking about? Because like he was talking about their family and about the possibility that their family was going to like each other, and that that he sees that she's passed the future test with him. What is that? What you meant? The future test? I didn't really know exactly what the future test was. Maybe the future test being that he can see her in the future. Like he's been kind of playing with the idea of her meeting his family and stuff like that. Maybe that's what he means by the future test. But I felt personally that he was pretty mature in like how he was talking to her, and he hadn't been talking like that to Kirsten at all, and obviously because he wasn't that into her. And so it seemed to me that from that conversation, he wants to pursue something in the villa. It doesn't seem like he has any intentions of his head being turned, and he would like to look towards something potentially outside the villa. That's what I got.
No, it was the talk that he had with everyone after.
Oh, in the group, want to show her how he feels is all I wrote.
It was weird. And it kept panning over to Kirsten because it didn't feel like a jab to Kirsten again, but it was just weird. It was like it was like if anyone's questioning him kind of, or like he knows people are questioning him, but not questioning him, but looking, I don't know. Oh my God.
Well, I still don't know what you mean, but
we'll look it up.
In the sense that like, if he's trying to be like, I know that I've been bouncing around from different girls and I haven't been serious or whatnot, like know that like I wanted to do something for her to show that I'm interested in a way that I haven't showed anybody else in the villa. That's what I kind of took to that conversation. And Kirsten was getting vexed because she's jealous of the fact that she wasn't the girl that Carrington wanted to be doing that for. And so I think he was just qualifying that, but I still don't really get what you mean.
Okay, we'll just go with that.
So Kirsten, yes, definitely Kirsten's been frustrated that he was showing Laurel more affection, but it's like they get along, they vibe, they like each other. So it's going to click, they do click. Kirsten doesn't click with him. It doesn't happen. So what did you think about Kirsten and Calvin and talking about, his speech or her speech, his speech? What do you think about them and their first interaction now as a couple? Are they a couple? No.
I don't like it.
Well, Kirsten was saying that Calvin's fun to flirt with. And I'm just like, what? Like, we must not be seeing the whole truth.
I don't know. She said he has swagger.
Pardon?
She said he has swagger.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but it's not my style. The OG guys came around Jalen, which is good. You can't blame them. Absolutely. I like how the OG guys are like good. Like they're good guys. They're not shitty in the sense that like they stick together and they support each other. I like that a lot. So yeah, I wrote down, how is Calvin having options with these babes? Like he's the one that's picking and choosing. What?
It makes zero sense to me.
Like he has the most option of the best looking girls right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But I don't foresee him staying in the villa much longer if him and Kirsten don't work out, because he'll be Trey at that point and have been with 3 different girls and nothing's working.
True. So it'd be good. I mean, I don't really care to see any more progressions of his relationships. I don't even care about who he hooks up with in the end. I'm not really down with that. I don't care. What do you think about Connor and Mackenzie's little chat where he mentions that he's been speaking with Moira? And she's like, wow, my ex-boyfriend and my best friend. What do you think about her labeling Moira as her best friend, about labeling Connor as an ex, and the fact that Connor has brought this up or chatting about
it? I think it was very telling, like, that as soon as he said that, she kind of went into survival mode and started crying about Jalen. And this is why I'm Team Carrington.
Right. So Team Carrington. Let's lay down the road here. Why you're Team Carrington? What's the whole rundown?
So Mackenzie's talking to Connor about that exact situation, and then you see Carrington like look over. He's like, "Uh-oh, Caleb. Like, should we be letting them do that?" And then Caleb said something, and then Carrington's like, "Should I go break it up?" Caleb's like, "No, dude. Like, he needs to be a man about it." And then he's like, "That's the whole point." And then Carrington doesn't care. He still goes over there, tries to break them up, and Mackenzie is having none of it. She just stares at him like, "Yeah, it's important." He's like, "Okay, I didn't know it was that important." And then he like goes into the bathroom, and then it was hilarious. And then he goes into the confessional, and then just reenacts her whole death glare. And he says he cares about both of them, and he knows that they're not going to work, and so he's doing everything he can to stop it from happening again.
Well, exactly, and it's kind of like they should have just broken it up. You know what I mean? Like, just.
Well, did you see her?
I know, she's scary.
She's little, but she's scary.
But like one thing that she was saying in that conversation, she's so frustrated that she's being misunderstood, and I understand the fact that she isn't able to see Jalen and how he's treated other people. And so she has just like one perspective, Jalen. It's him coming into the villa, and Jalen has some prior knowledge to who Mackenzie is beforehand. And so I get that she feels that it's unfair maybe that he has some extra knowledge about her that she doesn't have, going vice versa. But
did you see Connor's reaction to her talking?
He's not into her anymore, I don't think.
He rolled his eye. He was like, rolled his eyes like, "Mackenzie, you have people." He didn't even say you have me. He said you have people
to be talking to about this, because if you're labeling him as your ex, you shouldn't be chatting with him about how the guy that you dumped him for is not treating you well. I think it's emotional manipulation, in my opinion.
I literally was going to say, I think that's your definition of emotional manipulation right there.
Absolutely. Like, she should have gone to one of her girlfriends, but I think that she was trying to be sneaky and trying to get him to be like, want to take care of her, I realized. So when these people call each other best friends without even knowing each other for 1 to 6 weeks is bizarre to me. Okay, I will have to say that it's such a unique experience that I can understand having immediate connections with people and it being very, very strong. Even in the games that I've played a lot of live reality games and where you end up just meeting people there for the first time and you've never seen them before in your life. And there's been people that I've connected with that I became lifelong friends with. And so sometimes, I believe in kind of fate and destiny, in the sense that you kind of line up before you were born the people that are supposed to be in your life. And this just might be the way that their souls have lined up. And so I think that, it's probably divine path that they met this way. It seems silly to us on a show, but I think that, sometimes when people make connections, it could be that real and that strong. With Moira and Mackenzie specifically, I think it's a little bit fake and put on. I think it's Mackenzie frenemy styles. I think that Moira is just kind of like, she's kind of just so wimpy that like she just is latching on to Mackenzie because of the circumstance. I don't consider them to be lifelong best friends, but I do believe that it could happen. What do you think?
I think Justine and Sally are going to be.
Absolutely. And so like they're kind of in the same scenario as Moira and Mackenzie. So I believe it.
Same scenario.
Kikwan says Jeremiah said that Calvin was with the Benz. Yes, now he's upgraded to a Rolls Royce. Whoa. I wonder what was Moira. Yes, chat room, please tell us what kind of car is Moira? What kind of car is Sally and Justine as well?
Ooh.
I think Sally is
Who's a Range Rover?
Sally?
Justine.
Yeah, okay. I see Sally as like a G-Wagon convertible. They're the cutest freaking cars. Like no roof G-Wagon.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty badass.
Yeah.
Picture in that or being that. It's like it's another Mercedes.
Yeah, that's actually, I mean, those are two good looking cars right there.
That like a Mercedes G-Wagon convertible. Like I think they're actually custom made. Like they're not even like something.
And Post Malone has one.
Oh really? Oh, you love him, right?
I love Posty.
You guys, I can see you guys dating. You guys, you would look good together.
Oh my god.
Bye, Jeremiah. Whoa, Realnesss. Whoa. Why? What happened? Hold on.
I think what Jeremiah said.
Wait, so does Realnesss, do you not like Jeremiah or do you like Moira more? Why the heat? Realnesss, I think that things move in the villa fast because they probably talk about their lives a lot and they give each other a lot of advice. So I somewhat get why. Yeah, me too. Like I do think that Mackenzie and Moira may talk more than with other people in the house. And so she does say that her best friend in the villa. She doesn't say her best friend in the world. So I could see it just being like they talk the most. You know?
Yeah.
Rachel, I know what you're talking about. It's kind of weird. I think it's just because it's Mackenzie and Moira, so it seems fake.
Yeah.
Vicky, hi, Vicky. Y'all think one of those boys is going to go for Justine? No. I think one of them is going to go for Sally, though. I think the girls...
I don't think it would matter.
I think the new guys are going to come in and go on dates with Sally, Cher, and Kirsten.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I literally saw like the shortest clip of them. I have no idea.
Does that mean you're going to find it? Do you guys know if there's going to be a first look today? Even though there's no episode tonight, I would love to watch a first look. It's actually like gets me excited. Oh, and also, can you pull up? Actually, no, I'm going to pull up for you. I don't think we've talked about it.
What?
I try to find it in a second. I'll get you talking, and then I have to. Gosh, I don't know where my phone is.
Yeah, I don't think. I think even if one of the boys wanted to take Justine on a date, I mean, I don't see her connecting with either one of like anyone else at this point, this late in the game. I think Calvin's kind of, or oh my god, Caleb is like her all in.
Wait, Caleb is who's all in? Justine? No, I know, but I'm just like they would probably do it just to like try to stir up some drama, but I just don't think that they're going to interfere there. Like I think the boys that are going to come in are going to want to try for somebody that has a little bit of dissension. So either like a new couple or a couple that's had a little bit of problems. Like what if one of the couples, the guys that come in, they decide to go and talk to Sally and tell him about like, well, like Johnny wasn't the greatest guy in Casa Amor. He hasn't told you the whole truth. And I would be a better man for you, Sally. You know, what if they say that? Right?
Well, that's what we've been needing.
Hi, Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Moira seems disgusted with Mackenzie half the time. Absolutely. They're frenemies for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Moira's in a weird way jealous of Mackenzie, and Mackenzie thinks that she's better than, I think, or is prettier than Moira. So I think that that's why they have like a weird tension within their relationship, because they don't actually like each other. In my opinion, I could be wrong. There's no episode tonight. I know, Vicky. So, like, you don't think they're going to have an early first look? No?
Probably not. I think it would have happened.
No. Hi, Deja. Caleb
Deja.
is so cute. Like Caleb is so cute.
His speech had me crying again.
Yeah, we are Team Caleb for sure. Team Jaleb for sure. I don't know if they're going to last outside the house, but they will get to the end, I think. Jaquan, Moira's a Honda. Honda's like, they're all right.
Hondas are reliable.
Is it yeah, they are reliable. Is it standard or automatic? Automatic for sure. Sally's a Ferrari. Okay. Kind of fiery, like, zippity.
You can't put Sally in a Ferrari and Justine a BMW.
I mean, some Beamers are cute. Like, if it was like...
Yeah, cute, but, like, those are different leagues. They're the same league for sure.
Well, it's Jaquan, though. Jaquan is definitely over Justine.
I know.
Well, what would be another fast car? Like, maybe a Porsche? I think it would be a Porsche. Porsche. Yeah, Porsche. They're reliable.
Cayenne.
Yeah. It's a nice vehicle.
What were you going to show me?
Okay, I have to find it first, though.
The first look would be tomorrow because the show does not come on today. Yeah, okay.
Darn it. All right, I don't think we've talked about this, but this is going to be so exciting. Okay, hold on. Okay, talk about something.
So what kind of car is Mackenzie then?
Yeah, what kind of car is Mackenzie? Wait,
something that needs to be serviced constantly.
Ferrari is a reach. Okay. I'm still thinking that she's a G-Wagon convertible. Anna says Moira is defo hot.
Whoa.
Sally is a Range Rover and Justine is a G-Wagon.
That's funny. We said the exact opposite. I said Range Rover for Justine.
Yeah, I think I pictured Justine in a Range Rover over a G-Wagon. Because G-Wagons are so boxy, and I feel like Justine is a little bit more like soft. It's like soft. You know what I mean?
I feel like she's like an SUV, like a small SUV kind of girl too.
I think looks and personality helps, but Sally is my favorite kind of bias. Yeah, exactly. Weird. I'm with you, Jaquan. I like Sally's personality better. I love Justine. Don't give me the dagger eyes. Jane just devil eyes over there with Mackenzie's death eyes. But I would vibe more. I would vibe more with Sally. We would be like, making the dances and like being silly. Like we would get along that way. And I'd have probably some deep chats with Justine. But like I think that I would be vibing better with Sally. They're definitely the same league. Sally does not exceed Justine. Okay, sure. I can agree with that. Mackenzie's an Acura.
Acuras are kind of nice, though. Well, I guess.
I kind of picture, it's a nice car, but like an Audi.
Ooh, yeah, Audi's good, too.
She kind of says Audi to me. I mean, I know that we don't really love Mackenzie, but
no, we'll let her be an Infinity, not an Audi.
Okay, Infinity, I can give her that. Mackenzie's a Volkswagen.
That's a good one.
No, but a convertible, like a Volkswagen convertible Beetle
with the flowers and the eyelashes on the headlights.
I actually know someone that had that. I thought it was so ugly.
It is the worst. Moira's a PT Cruiser.
Oh my god, that's like the ugliest possible car. Is that Moira? Did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Moira is a PT. Quad, I figured, but just realized we got the same last name. Oh, wait. All right, baby, you guys are you related? I know there's a lot of Smiths. I have family members last name Smith as well. Who do you guys think is going to be going home next? Okay. I think that Cher and Jalen, that's the matched up, right? Out. I think
Calvin and Kirsten.
Calvin and Kirsten will be in the bottom.
Aaron and Mackenzie.
I don't know. People might have given her a pity vote.
America, come on.
They want to see the drama. something cute up. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Why wait for you to show me?
Well, we're talking about these scenario.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I will be so pissed if Mackenzie and Aaron stay.
Okay, who's what other duo? Moira and who? Oh, Connor. Maybe
they'll stay. They will stay.
You'll think they'll stay and not be in the bottom three?
The way they're portraying Connor is making him seem I'm becoming
the bottom three.
Bottom three?
If it's not Mackenzie and Aaron.
Well, it's gonna be Mackenzie and Aaron, Cher and Jalen, and Calvin and Kirsten, I think. Or sub out Calvin and Kirsten for Connor and Moira, but I doubt it.
I mean, I can agree with that. And if there was a fourth couple, then who would you put in the bottom?
Connor
and where?
Yeah, because then what? The other three is Carrington, Laurel, Johnny, Sally, and Justine, Caleb. No one's touching those three. Those are gonna be the top three for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think Connor, Mackenzie, or Connor and Moira will be like that fourth couple, and then the other six are at the bottom. For sure, for sure. Uh-oh.
Fuck, sorry guys with my pop-up.
Who's she with?
Sorry.
I know it's hard, huh? Can you turn it up?
No, it's up full blast.
Oh.
Strong words. Tell us a little bit about yourself. We know a lot about Marty. About me. Mystery. Yeah, we don't know. Kind of what's going on. Yeah. So basically, you did find, I mean, attention. You found someone.
So basically, she met some guy on her flight coming home from Love Island, and like,
flight. Wasn't she from LA? Oh, it's in Vegas.
And so TMZ caught up with them, and I was just like, oh, whatever. Like, you're not famous, Lauren. Like, who cares? But anyways.
So she met a random guy in the plane, and they're like gonna go hang out, or
well, he's like, I saw a pretty girl struggling with her bag, so I decided to help her out and start talking to her. So some people have been speculating. Do you think Jaquan speculates something? Well, I think Jaquan actually said that he thinks that they might have been dating all along, and like she was just like pretending to be single and going on Love Island. So that's what some people are speculating. So yeah, there's the tea. Deja, you know we related to Will Smith, right? Jalen, Cher, or Aaron and Mackenzie. Yeah, I think Jalen and Cher are going to go out for sure. Like, I think that they'll be done. Most likely Aaron and Mackenzie, and were the people that we the other couple?
Calvin and Kirsten, or Connor and Moira.
Yeah. Jaquan, I swear she didn't meet that guy at no airport. They probably was dating when she was in the villa trying to get the money. Yeah, I mean, I can see that being a thing. She is an LA girl, probably chasing the Hollywood dream. So I could see that for sure. Realnesss, I agree with that bottom lineup with Brazil, but they will save Kirsten. I think that Mackenzie might be going home because they don't care for her, and Aaron isn't that important to them. 100%. They like Jalen. I don't.
I don't either.
I know you guys hate him, but or not hate, but don't like him. I don't really like him.
Kirsten clocked him being fake too. Mackenzie and Kirsten in the same episode.
I think that he was putting it on with Mackenzie when they were first interacting, and Mackenzie was being a different person. She was a completely different person when Jalen and her were getting to know each other. And then she flipped and started getting cuckoo. And after she started getting cuckoo, he was like, oh, well, I wasn't really that into you anyways, so I'm going to move on, you know?
Sure.
And I think that, yeah, I mean, it's a good read on Kirsten that he's like bouncing around to the next person for sure. But like, you're Kirsten's single, you know what I mean? So he should want to talk to her. And they had been talking up until that point before, you know, he broke up with them.
I know. I wonder if it's because he pulled Cher aside, like, which, I mean, he has to do, I guess. But Chantele, want to become famous by followers?
Oh, I was just reading the name. I didn't even see what it said. Oops, never mind. I'm like, just like follow me. I don't think you just give me them. I don't want to buy anything. Please, just subscribe. What else happened? So yeah, obviously Connor thought it was weird for Mackenzie to be talking to him and not one of his girlfriends. We also see Justine talking to Connor, and she's kind of like a little bit irritated by the fact, or like, you know, trying to give him some tough love, being like, hey, like, why are you still in love with this girl? Like, look how she's treated you.
She's also irritated with Mackenzie for even going to him about that.
Mm-hmm. And then he says he still has feelings for her. And I was like, oh my God.
She says, hashtag protect Connor at all costs. They're really close though.
Yeah, watery signs. Carrington and Mackenzie have another chat, and like Mackenzie's like, okay, I just need to say it. In general, guys don't like seeing girls cry. It makes them uncomfortable. Don't do it because they just want to push you away. They aren't compelled to comfort you. It's just a thing. They get repelled. Don't cry to a guy unless you're already in a relationship with them. Like for long term, like no tears. They don't like it. It's repellent. Anyway, so her crying to Carrington, like Carrington's probably like, God, I hate this girl. Like I don't want to see her cry. Like get out of here. Like it just makes him uncomfortable. So she needs to stop that as her tactic.
We should take a shot every time Mackenzie cries during an episode.
Oh my God, I'm gonna go hang out with JoJo tonight. So maybe
you are? Hi, JoJo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go meet him at his work, and then we're gonna go buy a pizza and wine and drink it at his house.
Okay, jelly.
Yes, one benefit of living so close to each other. We are pretty close.
I'll just travel 3,000 miles to come.
Yeah, you're actually very far away. 5-hour flight. 5 hours. 5 hours. She's just when she cries to him though. She said that she did give Connor her blessing, but she didn't like that she had to do it. I'm just like, well, then don't fucking do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. So you look like, oh my God, you're so selfless. And then you're going to complain about it. Then you're going to cry about it. Like, if you don't mean it, don't do it. So bored with her tactics. Did you all see Calvin trying to swerve because she swerved him when she didn't want to kiss him? When did Calvin try to do that? Like in the same moment, or
no? We were talking, and she's like, "Don't switch up on me. Don't switch up on me." And then he like kind of like turned and walked away. She's like, "Can I get a hug?" And he was like, "Oh yeah."
Well, I think that the swerve though, like he must have been like, okay, she's not into me. Like I'm not even going to like hug her, try anything with her anymore. And so I think that he was just like, I have to do this conversation with you, but like I realize that I'm not picking you. So I think that.
Why would you say don't switch up on me?
I think she probably didn't know what the order of the people were going to be choosing, right?
Which is another thing I want to like figure out, because how do they figure out that order? Because if Jalen went before Calvin, Jalen was going to pick Kirsten. So how do they decide that?
I think the producers decide the order.
Like depending on who they think should be together? Okay.
Well, I think. Hi, Vera.
Hi, Vera.
He should. Yeah, he should swerve her, though. Like, she definitely, like...
She swerved him hard.
It was so embarrassing. It's like, and they kept in the show. Assholes. Yeah, you'll better not switch up on me. It's like, Cher, you totally dissed him. Like, obviously, he's switch up on Nala. Yes, I saw that, and I was proud of Calvin. Yeah, I was pretty proud of Calvin too, Realnesss, because it's kind of like, I don't know, Cher, I think she's very pretty. She has some sort of game, some sort of swagger, but like, she doesn't really bring anything for me to the villa so far. Like, she doesn't really do any personality stuff, like no dance parties, no like song. Like, she's not, other than the little game that she got everybody to play. It's like, oh, like, let's make a sentence just saying one word. And then they didn't actually just say one word. They said like mini phrases, and they made a silly little sentence. Okay, that's the only thing that she's really contributed, but she's just kind of always lazy and laying down, or like quite a chill vibe, which is fine. But for the show, I think she's boring. But yes, I'm proud of Calvin for not wanting to really give her any more attention. Jaquan Vera says, but she had the red lipstick on. Yeah, I know, right? She had the red lipstick. She can't kiss, even though it looked like it was like Color Stay lipstick. Vote Jalen and Cher to get dumped. Yeah, I think that's what. Hi, Glypham. Yeah, that's what we're kind of thinking is going to most likely be the dumped couple, because they're both new, and people probably don't love Jalen, especially if they think that he was coming in to play a game. And Cher, I mean, maybe Calvin's a fan favorite and we just don't know. And, they don't like that Cher swerved Calvin. Cher have a good excuse. It's not really a good excuse. If you want to kiss somebody, you want to kiss somebody. It's usually the guy that doesn't want to get red lipstick on them, Slash, though, when I've dated someone, because I do like wearing red lipstick, I might just give like a little peck, because red lipstick can be messy and it's hard to clean up. So I get the excuse. Let's wonder how the new guy's going to be. Like, I have no idea. Were you able to find the little clip of the new guy?
It's not on the app.
Oh. Ew.
Maybe, do you think it'll be on the CBS website? I don't think so. They showed like literally a 3-second clip of each of them.
Yeah, I don't remember what they look like at all. I remember this one guy with like a big beard, like a mixed guy, big beard.
And then one looked like Machine Gun Kelly, kind of.
I don't know who
that white boy.
Don't know who that is. So Connor and Moira have a little one-on-one chat, and they kind of talk about how they both have been thinking about each other. What did you think about this combo?
The boys asked me who I would think I would go for in this villa, and I said you. I said you too. It's like,
and he's like, can I get a hug?
He's the king of can I get a hug? Always asking for them hugs.
That watery crab.
At least he asks.
Well, yeah, I mean, he asked for a hug. I think he's just
it immediately kind of friend zones you, like a little bit, I think.
Well, I mean, if he had a little bit more, like,
confidence.
Yeah, and just like, come on, give me a hug, baby. I want to get you closer, and then go in for the kiss or something. It could be some.
I am very, very proud of him, though. Like, I was half expecting him to fall back into Mackenzie's trap, and I'm happy he can see past it. I mean, it's probably helping that the 6 or 5 other guys in the villa are screaming at him not to. But
well, one thing that I really like too, and I'll say that I'm proud of him for as well, is that his confessional when he was talking to Moira was normal. Like, when he's talking about Mackenzie, he's and these girls and never making, and you're like, can you just get your sentence out? Like, what are you talking about? Come on. And I felt that he was very articulate. He was able to speak about Moira, that he that you could see that he was excited and he liked her. And so I just like that version of him a lot better. And so I do feel, couple-wise, that they are a much better match. And not that I like Moira, but I think I might like seeing her explore this relationship. Because he's just so wimpy that, like, I don't think he's going to move too fast. I think that they can be giggly and kind of, like, shy together. You know what I mean? They might just have this like wimpy couple. Like
I think him and Kirsten would have been better together than him and Moira.
I think Kirsten's too much of a woman for him.
But I think he needs that a little bit to kind of get him out of his shell somewhat. Like him and Moira are just gonna be stagnant, I feel.
I think that they will be moving on a slow pace, but I think that I think that it will work better for him than him feeling uncomfortable or feeling like the woman's more dominant. Like, I feel like if he was with Kirsten would direct how the relationship was going, and he would become in a similar kind of, just listening to whatever Kirsten wants and whatever she said. I think that they'll be a little bit more together, Moira and him, like on the same page.
Well, we'll never know.
How will we never know? I mean,
Kirsten and Connor are going to get together now.
Oh, but we'll know about Moira to see. Like,
yeah. But I'm saying like the comparison of the two, yeah.
But maybe we'll see him and Kirsten. I don't think that. I mean, they'll get along. Obviously, like we talked about it, they're both cancers, so like that they'll get along for sure. But I think that he needs someone not being his mother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He needs to grow up.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I'll tell you a funny story. So I was on like Hinge or something, whatever, and I matched with this guy, and like I didn't really care for him that much, but I was like, oh, whatever, I'll chat with him. And so he was asking me, he's like, so are you dominant? And I'm like, well, why? What do you mean? Like, what do you want? He's like, well, I'm submissive. I was like, bleh. And he's like, well, like, I'm like, why don't you just hire someone to be dominant for you? And he's like, no, I want a real woman. I'm like, well, real women, most likely, like majority of women will prefer to have a man be dominant in a relationship. Like, they don't want to be like some simp. Like, they just don't want that. Usually that dynamic is not usually what is desired, maybe 75%,
Yeah.
and like, for so many times, and he's just like telling me like how I'm so annoyed. It's like how upset he was because he's not able to find like a woman to be dominant for him. And I'm like, well, I think maybe if you start off a relationship with somebody and then you was like, well, I do have this particular kink that I want to like explore. Would you really be willing to be dominant with me for me? I'm sure that a partner would be willing to do that 100%. But like in a dating app, like, it's just not something that I particularly find to be like attractive. You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe he's tried the other route and like people were upset that he waited to tell them. So now he's just like balls to the wall with it. But I know there are people out there for him, but he needs to probably go on a different dating app.
For sure. But he doesn't want people, like, he doesn't want anybody to pay for it from. He's like, but he was willing to like pay my rent and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I was like, as a joke, I was like, well, I mean, like, I do have rent every month. And he's like, that could be arranged. I was like, oh, I was just kidding.
I know. As ideal as that sounds, I don't think I could ever do it.
Okay, but now, no judgment, people. But I remember when I was working at a club, and this one guy used to come in, and he wanted to be treated really poorly. So he would tip $100, and everybody would just have to be super mean to him. So like, you'd open your bottle caps at his face, and like we'd like rub like a dirty cloth in his face, and like we'd like knock something over, like clean it up. Like, we did that. So that's the closest I've ever done to being like some sort of like dominatrix or like dominant. But
well, a doctor one time asked me how much my rate would be for a month. Like not for like dominating or anything, but just like for it to be like a side piece. I was like, fuck.
What would your price be?
I couldn't even come up with one. It's like, one, you're a colleague. Two, was a colleague.
Is he a hot doctor? Like, I could give him a price.
He wasn't ugly, but he wasn't attractive. And he just had like a kid with his wife. I was like, no.
I mean,
I have a moral compass, unfortunately.
What if like $100,000 cash
a month? Oh, I don't know how good my moral compass is at that point.
I mean, okay, how low? Like, if someone was willing to give you 10 grand a month just to be their side piece, 10 G's a month, dinner sometimes,
I don't know.
being a bit.
We'll talk about this after.
Okay, where are we at here? What's this? They try to get rid of Johnny. 3 guys at the same time come in, and now the producer's cheating. I don't think that they'll be able to penetrate. No sexual innuendos there. Sully at all, and how she feels about Johnny. I think her feelings are very strong for him. And yes, if the guys maybe talk to them about Casa more, maybe she might be like upset. I just don't see her liking anybody more. Do you see her liking anybody more, Sully?
No. I really don't, especially not this late in the game.
Oh, Vera says, I just hope that Sully finds out the truth about what Johnny did. I mean, I do want her just to know the whole truth and then make her own decision that way, you know?
She deserves to know.
Jaquan says, Moira likes anybody that shows her attention. Absolutely, including Moira. Including Mackenzie, I mean. Lipham says, Moira calling everyone a breath of fresh.
True.
Oh my God. I mean, her game is not my game at all.
What game?
Well, exactly. Jaquan says, Vera, he told her enough. He was digging himself a hole. He wasn't trying to bury him. Okay, Jaquan, do you really think that he told her enough?
They're building a foundation here, Jaquan. If the foundation isn't stable and there's cracks in it, it's not gonna. They're gonna have trouble moving forward in the future.
I have to say, I think it was the episode before, when they were talking and she was kind of giving her perspective about like why she was like, you know, she was hurt, not mad or whatever. And then they kissed after. I think it was there. And the way that he kissed her, he was making her fall in love. Like he gave her like a very good kiss. He is working it hard to get her to forgive him because the kiss was like, woo! A good kiss. Jaquan says, facts. She said the same thing to Connor after James and then to Jalen. So on and so on and so on. It's true. Everybody's a breath of fresh air to her. Doesn't know what else to say. Kira says to Jaquan, is that a typo? I think it's a typo. Okay, Kieran. I just don't feel right about hearing Johnny criticize other relationships when he's not being fully honest. It is a bit hypocritical, for sure. But I'm sure also that the producers are like, okay, like you guys go and have a little chat here, like we'll follow you with the cameras. And so that was what their role was before Casa Amor, is like they did talk about the other couples and what was going on with them. So in order for him to keep up this, you know, guise of him being a good guy and them being like the top couple in the villa, he does have to have these conversations with Sully, I think. Jaquan says, Johnny just been looking out for Connor just like Carrington. I think it depends on the viewer because sometimes they would only see the wrong in what they do. Yeah. I mean, I do think that Johnny likes Connor. I do think he likes Carrington. Like, I do think he likes his boys, and I do think he wants them to do well in their relationships, like I said. And yeah, it sucks that he didn't tell her the whole truth, but he's told her enough that if more came out, he could just easily say, like, well, I just didn't want to hurt your feelings. Like, I told you something happened outside the challenge, something happened in the bed. Like, I thought that was enough. What do you think? Would you be satisfied with what he said to you? What more do you want him to say?
It's hard to say. I don't know. I agree. I think it does depend on the viewer. And that's why I wouldn't want to be the one to tell her any of that.
Yeah, no. You're right. I guess you're right. What else happened, huh? Moira, she's never had a guy. When I wrote that down, what does that mean?
What? I didn't hear the first half.
Laurel tells Moira she's never had a guy.
Oh, she's never had a guy do that for her.
Oh, be like nice and like, you know, all these special. Like,
I think so, yeah.
Right. I remember the scene now a little bit. And like that's like another thing too that I really like is like I like when these girls are feeling special or ways that they've never felt before. Like I think that that's what we really like about the Justine thing is that like Caleb chose her when she never gets chosen. We like that Laurel, that Carrington is compelled to do cutesy things for Laurel that she's never had done before. And so I like that. I like that these guys are finding, whether the producers are helping them with these ideas or not, but they're willing to say yes to them. And so I like that.
Yeah, I do too. I just wish Johnny would do more.
He's due for a big date, like a fake date in the villa, like something. He needs one.
Yeah.
He needs one big time. Okay, so they go to sleep in the morning. Jalen and Mackenzie, I roll. So Jalen pretty much wants to end things. And then he kind of, I think that what he said to me was fair. And then she squeaks her PC. What?
She unleashed.
But I was just kind of like,
she's like, can I tell you my point of view now? And he's like, yeah, of course you can.
And so she goes and she says like, you know, and like you had this, you get to see who I am, and then you get to judge me, like whatever. And like she's been waiting to say this for so long. And like
I think I will give her the benefit of the doubt. I think it is fair that she hasn't been able to say this to him, but from what I saw, it's like she kind of just broke down and didn't in their first conversation. It's not like he didn't let her speak. So,
well, I think that she.
Sorry, we talk about her tattoo and then like relay it into this because her tattoo she has on her wrist says "I am enough," but she doesn't portray that at all. She pretends to, like in this conversation, like she, you know, I don't know, like tries to make this stand for herself and like feels really proud of herself, but you know she's not gonna stick to it. She's just gonna like go cry again.
I think that she only said this and she, you know, she knew that he was going to break up with her. She wants maybe to potentially go back to Connor. And so she wants to look like she's empowered and like, oh my God, like I stood up for myself. Like I told him how it is. And my favorite part about the whole thing is he said absolutely nothing after what she said except noted. He doesn't just feed into it. Like I love that he doesn't give her the emotional responses that she's just salivating over. She's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna say this to him and he's gonna get so angry. Yeah. Like she's just waiting for it and he just doesn't give it to her. Like that's probably why I like Jalen, is that he is not allowing this little woman that's enough to manipulate him in any sort of way. He's beating to his own drum. I like it. That's what I like about him. Personally. I kind of talk a little bit about this before when you're off camera, but about the only thing that Cher's kind of contributed to was like that play on word game. It's like, oh, I say a word, and the next person says another word, but like they ended up doing a sentence, and the sentence wasn't that great, and like they had a little bit of a chuckle after. And
it was kind of funny.
But like that's all she's ever contributed. Like she hasn't made it more fun in the villa. I will not notice her not being there.
And it was with all boys too. I noticed that.
So maybe she's one of those girls that steals the boyfriends and hangs out with the guys, you know? I'm always wary. Hopefully I don't think you're like this because you seem to have a lot of girlfriends, but I'm usually wary of any women that say like, oh, I don't get along with girls because they're too catty, or like I only hang out with guys because like they're not as emotional and stuff like that.
Red flag.
I don't like drama, so I don't have many girlfriends. I'm always like, okay, so you probably always start the drama. You are probably always stealing boyfriends. You are always the bad apple with no girl code.
I think it used to be cool to say that. Like, I remember a lot of people would say that in high school, even though they had a lot of girlfriends. And I would be like, so am I not a girl and I'm not your friend then because we're hanging out right now? Like, so I think it used to be cool to say that. I don't know. But yeah, I totally agree with you. Red flags everywhere.
Red flags. So before the recoupling happens, though, so Aaron gets a text, recoupling, boys' choice. It's even number men and women, so at least like everybody's going to get a partner of some sort. Jalen pulls Kirsten for a chat. This is kind of when Kirsten clocks him as like not being sure that she wants to really maybe pursue something with him because she saw some red flags, which is, I think it's a fair. And they talk about whether genuinity is a word or not. I can't even say their fake word.
Genuinity. Yeah, I love the narrator making fun of her for like the rest of the episode after this.
Mackenzie talks to Aaron a little bit, tells him that she is open to a relationship with him. I was like, whoa, desperado.
What did you notice about this conversation?
That Mackenzie wasn't looking at him?
No, Aaron was just looking down at the pool the entire time.
I think they both weren't looking at each other because she was just like, she sometimes looks like this way. She's like, and like it's like, and he's sitting right here, and she's like, la 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 la. And I guess his head was down looking this way.
Even in Aaron's confessional, he couldn't help but laugh. He was like, if she was being serious.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know about her.
I feel really bad for Aaron because I think Aaron does have a lot of potential. I think he got stuck with the two worst girls in the villa. I mean, he didn't get stuck with, but technically he picked Moira, and it has happened before on Love Island where, you know, since he did go last, he could have just not picked Mackenzie. He could have just sent himself home.
He wanted to stay.
But I mean, I don't think that would ever happen. But I just don't think he's had the opportunity. Like if he was like an OG Islander, I think he would have he would have found someone for sure. I don't know who. I'm not saying with those same exact girls, but I think he has a lot of potential. I'm like kind of sad to see him go because I know he's gonna go.
Yeah, most likely. Did you enjoy seeing the Usher residency?
I mean, I wouldn't mind to go.
For sure. I love Usher.
I do too. Eventually. God,
One of my friends and my brother's best friend's sister. So like we grew up together. We all went to the same art school. We're both dance majors. She actually went on tour with him for 2 years. And so she used to be like one of his obviously one of his backup dancers. And I believe she was also one of P. Diddy's dancers as well, for all of his like white parties and all that stuff back then. So she was in it. And rumor has it, I don't know if it's true or not, but that one of the songs, like when they're having those back and forth songs between.
Yeah, like the story songs.
So I think that she might have been one of the girls that they were talking about. But I think one of them is about her. But that's just a rumor, you know.
Nothing bad's come out about Usher, right? I just hate I love these celebrities as a kid, and then I grow up and I'm like, oh, they're a piece of shit. Great.
I mean, I think he was bad to Chili, no?
He was what? Oh, like cheating and stuff. Yeah. I mean, that I can deal with, but like other things worse than that, I'm like, ugh.
Oh, he might have been abusive though. I can't remember though.
All right.
I'm not sure.
I would go see Usher.
Yes, me too. Okay, let's make a date then. We can stay at my dad's.
Oh my god, yeah. And you can fly into LA and then we'll road trip there.
Okay. I've done that drive before.
Yeah, it's like 3.5 hours, 4 hours.
Drive, come to LA, stay in LA. I'll go visit all my friends in LA. Then go to Vegas. I mean, we live kind of far from the strip though, like a half an hour drive.
Whatever. I wouldn't be driving because we'd be getting fucked up.
But maybe like my dad will have comps or something like that, and we can have like a comp to one of the hotels. He used to do that. I don't know if he still has that right now. But
well, and right now too, for healthcare workers, you get free hotels. So just saying.
I mean, I still have my airport pass. Is that considered a frontline worker?
Probably. My friend just went for 2 nights free and won $10,000 on a
Slots?
Yeah, slot. She accidentally when I go, I don't really gamble. But she accidentally hit add. Like she had won, I think like $56 or something after she put in a $5 bill. And then she went to hit like collect, and then she hit like multiply or whatever. So then she ended up putting in like 500 and was like, oh my God. And then she ended up winning 10,000.
Wow. That's a nice little mistake.
2 free nights at a hotel, won $10,000 and then drove back home.
What? That's like a story. Oh my God. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go in and win a whole bunch of money.
Yes.
You must have been all over this conversation with J-Love, talking about them being the Chrissy Teigen, John Lennon couple, as well as the
She was about to say, like, you kind of look like John Lennon. He's like, don't say it. She's like, it's that light skin for me.
So cute. And he was like, well, he's like, I'm the funny one. You're the singer.
But she said that she can tell he has been opening up to her a lot more.
Yeah.
And it's showing. Like, even their body language, you can't deny it. Like, them in bed, his legs are, like, all over her. They're cuddling. Like, oh, my God.
It's true. But it's not perfect puzzle piece yet.
Stop it.
What I mean? I don't fully feel that it's settled in enough for me to be.
But it's getting there. It's so exciting to watch for me.
It seems as though they're trying harder to be connected and lovey-dovey and whatnot. And I'm here for it. I like watching it. I just don't know.
What would it take? What would it take, Chantele?
I need to believe it instead of wanting to believe it.
Oh my goodness.
Like, I just don't believe it yet.
Okay.
I'm open to it. But I
Okay.
see that it's kind of like there's like a thin film between them. You know what I mean? Like, if there's something that's like just a little bit off, just a little bit. Like, it's kind of like if I was casting for a movie, I wouldn't cast them together because I wouldn't think that they're a perfect fit.
Well, not yet.
But I feel like it should be apparent immediately.
Good things take time, Chantele. Have you ever heard that?
Okay, well, it proved me wrong, man. I'm not again. I don't mind being wrong here. I do not mind.
That'll be my biggest I told you so.
But so we have to wait 5 years for them to be in a relationship for 5 years? Like, no, like, no. What would? Okay, so what would you think would be the I told you so? Like, how would we be able to determine that?
The day that you finally admit it.
Okay. All right. J-Lib pulled Cher for a chat. That was kind of. It seemed like he was just doing. Like, he was starting to get desperate and be like, "Oh my god, I have to choose somebody soon." So he was making the rounds, chatting with everybody. Pulled Cher for a chat. I'm not really down with it, but I thought that they might be an okay match, personally.
That was the typical chat of like, we're gonna be coupled up together. Let's make the best of it.
Exactly. I like that, as I said before, No Island was going to be left single, unless I guess they wanted to, or maybe they weren't allowed to. So Kirsten wants Calvin to pick her, and I was like, Kirsten, are you just trying to go home? Like,
I think it makes them go a little stir crazy in there. I'm a little worried about her.
Exactly. All I wrote is, oh Lord, Mackenzie is crying, so I don't remember what she was crying about. So the recoupling happens. Everybody gets.
Oh no! We need to go back.
What?
She's talking to Connor. Oh my God! No! We need to talk about this. Mm-hmm. She's talking to Connor, and he essentially friend zones her by saying like, you know, I learned a lot from you and here, Mackenzie. Like, that's something I'll never forget. And she's like, are you friend zoning me right now? Like, I hate to. This is like, I don't know why this bothers me about Mackenzie, but she has no facial expression. She goes, like over and over again, not moving any muscle in her face. And I'm like, to me, I would be like, are you actually listening to me? Because like, she's just, I don't know. So she just kept doing that. She gets up because to go to the restroom. I knew she was gonna go cry. Sure enough,
he walks over behind her and she's standing in the corner crying.
She goes into the bathroom and then like ends up walking down the stairs like to the bar area or like their kitchen. And then he like goes over to her. And then he even like
in front of you.
Okay. And then he's like, he literally puts like slumps like Mackenzie. Like he's just so over it. And then they're like talking a little bit again, and she like puts her hand on his hand. And she was like, when I said I missed you, I meant it. If that's not emotional manipulation, I don't know what is. But I think they just like showed that to make it us kind of be like, oh my God, who's he gonna pick?
Yeah.
Coupling kind of thing. But I was
worried. I was worried. And so basically the last couple ended up being Aaron and Mackenzie. And, you know, poor Aaron, because he did get stuck with Mackenzie in the end. So the first pick was Carrington. He was like, He was so happy to couple with one of the goofiest girls in the villa. So it's Laurel. Johnny, he's like, I think that he wants her to meet his mom. He wants to meet her parents, like their whole family. They want to meet each other. Chooses Sally, of course. Caleb, saying that he flirted with the idea of what's growing old with her.
Right, Chantele.
Wants the life outside the villa. I wrote down better kiss. And he picked Justine. I said better kiss. Then Calvin was like firecracker personality. Kirsten, womp womp. Jalen, oh, she puts a smile on my face. I think he just like made that up.
Like our talks have been short.
Carrington did his eyes. Oh, that's weird. It came on a little. Okay. Carrington was making eyes like I don't know, was he rolling his eyes or whatnot? But he made some sort of face when Jalen picked her.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Connor's big decision. So she said that she's been there since day one.
Everyone was like, "Ugh."
And then he says, I never felt any pressure to be someone I'm not. And I was like, ooh, that's the Moira pick for sure.
It showed Mackenzie when he said day one, Mackenzie's like all smiling. And then as soon as he said that, she's like,
Moira. He picks Moira. I'm like, Connor has grown. Wait, did she say Connor has grown up or did I? Did someone? Connor has grown up? I might have said that. I don't know. I wrote it down. I don't know if it was a thought of my own or if somebody said it. And then I said it was awkward being last pick for Mackenzie. Like she's just standing there, like realizing that not one of the guys had her basically be their first pick, to be honest. If it was uneven, she would have been out. You know what I mean? If there was less guys than girls. Which is
deservedly so.
And so, but Erin does say she laughs at my sarcastic jokes and gives it right back. And so I'm happy that maybe a lighter side of her will come out because she's got to realize at this point that her tactics don't work. Okay, so Connor made the situation worse. He said you have people in the villa instead of saying you have friends in the villa.
Or even she wanted him to say you have me.
Yeah. He's like, if anyone put me in the villa.
Yeah, literally.
Jacob also says, hey, can I say what can I say? It wasn't Friends Island. They just don't show her now.
I don't think she gives them anything to show.
She's boring.
I hate to say it. I didn't.
More interesting, but she's boring. I mean, the fact that she would even entertain the idea of coupling up with Calvin, I just was like, get in there like Mercedes and be like a little fiery with Johnny or something. You know what I mean? But like,
no, don't do that.
No, but you know what I mean though. Like, just have like something. Like she's just bland sauce with Calvin. Yeah. You know?
Agree.
Chicon says to Brazil, they don't even have a handshake. Exactly.
That worked for Johnny and Mercedes. That does not work for Jaquan.
Johnny and Mercedes have a handshake. Oh, like, not for J-Lib?
No. They're different people, okay, Jaquan?
Wait, what were you going to find a video of the guys? Do you think they have it online?
Let me look on CBS.com and see if they have them on the cast already.
Hold on a second. Let's say.
If I can say, just by the first glance, I didn't find either of them to be like showstoppers that are gonna shake anything up.
No, me neither. But what we call them, new guys?
New Islanders?
I'll see if that helps. All right. Do you guys see the videos of the new guy? I just need to see what they look like again, you know?
It wasn't, yeah, it was just like literally a 3-second clip of them and then it cut. But I'm looking on the cast right now.
Do you guys have any other questions about this episode? Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're up yet.
USA. I don't think so. So yeah, do you guys have any other questions? What are your other thoughts about this season. I guess what else do we want to hear about or talk about? Okay, so we want Johnny to do something super nice for Sully, or it's like he might get canceled. We think that okay. So do you think that they're going to have lie detector tests this season? Do you think that they're going to have their parents zoom in and talk to the couples? Do you think that they're going to have the babies show up?
The what show up?
Babies.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Those are like all. If they did the bird challenge thing again, they'll do all of those again. God, why do they gotta change that up? Honestly, I would write that into my contract. Absolutely not doing that challenge.
I remember in one of the UK versions, one of the new girls had stole somebody from a girl because she picked first, and then that couple had to get together later in the season. I kind of remember that. I don't remember which season it was though, but yes, that has happened before.
That would happen to me.
Which seasons of UK have you seen, Brazil?
I've seen the one with oh my God, the one with the soccer player Luis, and his ex ended up coming into the villa.
Season 2 or season 3? Oh, season 4. There were actually
I've seen that one and the one after, I think. But honestly, like to binge it, the 60 episodes was too much for me. Like it was at a time in my life where I could not do that. So I can maybe start on one now if you have a recommendation of which season. Give me the best UK one.
I don't know what the best considered the best is because I watched them season 3 and season 1, 2, and 3 at the same time, and then I watched the rest in order and loved them all. I got my mom hooked on season 5, so if you want to do season 5, I think it would be probably the most relevant. Season 6 isn't great. Obviously, I enjoyed it, but it was with the new host. Unfortunately, the previous host passed away. And so I don't even know if actually they're going to be bringing the Love Island on again.
Oh, wow.
It might be canceled now since they've had 2 deaths they've had 3 suicides within Love Island, the Love Island family in the UK. So,
like from production or like cast too?
2 cast members and 1 the host.
All in UK?
Pardon?
All in UK?
Where else would they be?
Like Australia, like all the other. You're talking about just UK? Wow.
So girls have to pick next. Yeah. So Cher picked Caleb. Ooh.
No. Jaquan, don't even go there. They would never in a million years let Cher go before Justine, okay?
You know what though? I wouldn't be surprised if Cher gets a date or something and she picks him.
But if you're
this storyline hasn't died yet. It's not dead. So
I think it's dead.
Okay, fine. It's a TV show. They're not necessarily trying to appeal to you and like the fact that you like them as a couple. Like they want the drama. They want like people to break up. Like they don't care for us wanting them to be a couple. They want the drama.
It's dead. It's dead.
They will 100%.
Had a funeral for it last week, 2 days ago, whatever it was.
It's probably gonna happen. Okay, so they're not really the best ones. They are all unique in their own way. Well, exactly. That's what I was kind of saying, Jaquan. But don't you think that maybe season 5 UK with Amber and Molly and
I feel like there's one you always talk about.
It's 5, but it's because it has relevant situations.
Oh, so maybe I'll watch that one.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Well, Jaquan, do you think like season 5? I mean, I also really like season 1. I loved one of the couples on there. Season 2 you've seen. I think season 3 is pretty good. With a lot of switching up with Teddy and I forget the girl's name, and one of the couples is married now. That could be good too. It's pretty drama. Season 4, I can't remember right now. I'd say season 5 or season 3 would probably be the best way to go, personally. Oh my God. Brazil really drinking the J-Lib Kool-Aid. I know. It's like getting death stares all over the place for the fact that like the producers don't give an F about a 5-week-old relationship. 3-week-old relationship. They don't care. They want TV. They want ratings.
J-Lo gets them the ratings.
I'm sorry, they don't.
Not Jay Sure. Or Sherlub. Sherlub is so ugly. Sherlub.
Okay. K-Sure. K-Sure.
Ugly.
K-Sure.
No, because it's too close to Jay Sir. There can only be one Jay Sir.
And Jen, so you guys still here hanging out with us? Vera, do you have any other questions or anything else you want us to speculate on, or Gliffem, or Vicky? Vicky, you gone? Realist, where are you? Are you back at work? Deja, any last questions? Anna? Anybody? Anybody want to talk?
Sorry, we left you for one day, but
we'll be back. So guilty, but heart here.
What can we do tomorrow?
Maybe tomorrow we just have like a stream and talk about potential reality shows, like how to make it.
Okay. Yeah.
Talk about ideas.
Any, like, exciting interviews or anything for us to watch?
We could watch. Well, yeah, we could probably find a lot of stuff about Mercedes, like the 3 Casa Amor girls that didn't get picked, and maybe the guys will have some interviews.
Well,
okay, well, so we'll talk about that. So tomorrow we're going to talk about the bitter Casa Amor broads, and we'll talk about maybe if we have any ideas for making some sort of online dating reality show. I think that'd be so fun to be the host of that.
Dude, that would be so much fun.
We should talk to Rachel, our Rachel, or your Rachel. She's my Rachel now. About
she's a Rachel. Yeah, I'll talk to her tonight, and then
that'd be fun. Chiquan, I forget which season. A girl went home because fans voted her out, and a guy chose to go home for her, and now they were married.
Whoa.
I think it was season 3. Because I think I know which couple that is, and there was a lot of drama that season. That's the one with Teddy and with she's half Indian, half something, half like Swedish, I believe, Malin. And she was also on The Only Way Is Essex, and there was big drama with them. I actually also really, really like Kara and. Did you watch that season? Kara and what was his name, Nelson, or anyway.
Wait, I haven't seen 2. I think I've seen season 3.
Just tell me one person from each season. I'll tell you if I should watch it.
Okay.
But I think the season you're talking about, Jaquan, is I don't want to give away who gets married.
Hannah. What was Hannah?
Season 1.
Oh, so I watched season 1.
Okay, so any season's very good.
Like with Luis and Callie?
Sure. I mean, this was 6 years ago that I watched this. So season 1's with Hannah. Yeah, I think Luis was in there. I thought it was season 2, but I thought they were separate seasons. But then that's season 1. Season 2 is with Kara and what's his name? Season 3 is with Mullen and Teddy. There's lots of drama there. Season 4, though, why do I have a blind spot with season 4?
Yeah, season 1 is what I've watched then.
Okay, watch season 5, then season 3. But they're all good. So if you want to watch any of them, it's totally fun. Okay, unless anybody else has any questions. Dom and Jess. Yeah, that's season 3, correct, Jaquan? No, season 4 is Dom and Jess. Anyways. We love you guys so much. You guys are honestly make our day. Do you know that Brazil, I think she shed a tear when she wasn't able to make it yesterday, even though we had planned to go on live yesterday, but we weren't able to coordinate that, unfortunately. So Brazil shed a tear because she was going to miss all you guys. And so that's why we made sure that we did an episode just to know that we were thinking about you, get a content out there. We did it at 3 o'clock in the morning just because we wanted to show you that we don't take your engagement and interaction with us lightly. We really appreciate it. We really enjoy it. You guys make what we're doing so much more fun. So know that we appreciate you. We're super sorry that we let you down yesterday, but hopefully we can continue to make it up to you. And also, we kind of mentioned this yesterday, but if you have any ideas of what we should cover next, because we do want to keep this conversation going, we could maybe do a rewatch of another Love Island. I don't know if there's just too many episodes, though. So I'm not sure if that would be the best, because in the UK, they have like 50 episodes. So, I mean, it would be content, but I just want to know if that's something that you'd be interested in. Should we just wait until The Bachelorette starts and we just hang out and chat about that?
You could break it down into weeks. Like the first week. Yeah.
Think about how much content it is. It's so like one episode is a lot of like so-and-so talks to so-and-so, talks to so-and-so. Like it's just long. It's, I don't know. It would be a 4-hour podcast.
That's true.
So many notes. So I don't know if that's the best idea, but we'll figure it out if we decide to do that. So give us your ideas as to what you want to cover next, what you would love to talk about, favorite shows. I don't know. They said 2017. Yeah, so I think that might have been season 4. Season 3 is with Montana, is it? And that's the season with Justin. I don't know. I can't remember which is which. I'll look through it with you, Brazil, and tell you which ones. Well, I like them all. Temptation Island. Is there going to be a new one, Jaquan? If there's a new Temptation Island, I'll 100% cover that. Let me know. But if anybody wants to find you online, Brazil, where would they do so?
At Baby Zill on Instagram and at Brocco on Twitter.
Ooh. And you can find me at ShanFran on Instagram or at Shan___Fran on the Twitter. And at Reality Realness at both, but on Twitter, there's not a second E because of that character count. Why do they do that? Like, I just needed one more letter, like one more character.
I know, they extended the amount of characters you can put in a tweet, so why not?
Right? Like, I just want it to be one more. It's not like I want to have some big, long, And so, like, I did Twitter was the last one that I did, and I didn't realize I wasn't going to have enough characters for that.
Well, mine's ZILDELBRCCO. Mine's 12. How many?
That must be 13. REAITYREALNESS 15.
Oh.
So it's 14. I guess 14 is the character count.
Damn.
But like, it's like a good number.
Maybe you could do RRSSS. Yeah. No, you can't. Well,
you can't change it really now.
No. Yeah.
I mean, I could. I could. I only have like 30 followers on
then you could. RRSSS. Because that's what we call it. Well, you and I call it RR, but.
No, I love RRSSS. And I was thinking if I ever got any swag, like I would get like RRSSS, like on like a trucker hat or whatever. Like you have a little.
I hope it's available.
Sorry.
I hope it's available. It should be available.
Yeah, I'll do it right now because I just wonder if people will be confused.
I think maybe because even Justine tagged Reality Realness the other day.
But she put like spelled properly, which would be for Instagram, but you know what I mean?
Well, like you said, you only have 30 followers on there, and if you just start putting it on here, like at Twitter, RRSSS.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll look into it.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, peace and blessings to you, Jaquan. Love you guys.
Later.
Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Tell your friends about us. Join the conversation. We love to chat. Ring the bell so you'll be notified every time we go live or we have a new episode that we're premiering. And like this episode, because any engagement is really helpful for us to grow. And we want to grow because we want to chat more and have more reasons to chat and have more shows to cover. And, the bigger our channel gets, the more likely we'll be able to maybe have some real life interviews with some people that have been on these shows. And so, you know, we just have to get some more clout and some more credibility before we will be able to really approach maybe some of these people and get them to come and chat with us. So share with your friends, because, you know, I will go and I'll reach out. I will get in touch with them. But, you know, only having a couple hundred followers, people will be like, what is this? So let's get to 1,000 followers so that I would feel confident in reaching out to some of these social media stars that have participated in these shows, and maybe they can give some insight with us, and they can chat with you guys too. So that's what I'm
getting Mercedes.
Pardon? Okay, we probably
we can get Mercedes.
Absolutely, we could both slide in there, and she'd be like, "Yeah, honey, like I'll shut you up with my lips, my mouth." Anyways, on our way to 1,000.